is an experienced environmental specialist with a demonstrated history of working in the mining and metal industry, with expertise in air pollution and its impact on the society. He has made various research work on air pollution modeling, carbon sequestration, and environment impact assessment. He has a wide range of experience in dealing with the planning and execution of environmental aspects in coal mines, including the World Bank added projects and programs. He has also contributed in Korba District EAC as environment expert and has more than 25 research papers published in different conferences and journals. Sir, I extend a warm welcome to you, and now I request you to start the session.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Basically, I am from Coal India Limited, and I have almost 27 years experience in Coal India. And fortunately, I have experience of working in field. I have experience in working in a department which opens a mine, which is involved in opening of a mine. I was a practicing mining engineer for 6 to 7 years. So I have experience in mining engineering, field experience, and now at present I am working in mine closure cell, which is involved in closure of a mine after when the mining activity completes in a mine. So right from cradle to graveyard, you can say I have some experience in mining, and today I want to share some of my experiences. And this is relatively a new topic, mining infrastructure, which I am going to deal. So let me allow to start my presentation. Basically, mining plays a very important role, as we all know. In hello.
Yes, sir.
My screen is visible to you?
No, sir. Till now, we are not able to see your screen.
Okay, okay. Just wait. Just wait, please. Now, is it visible to you, everybody?
No, sir. I think
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's still not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
no,
it's visible.
lagging for some people, but it will come. Yes, it's visible now.
It's visible, no? Okay. So now I am starting my presentation. Actually, mining plays a very crucial and important role, as we all know, in development of any country, because mining provides the necessary raw material to the industry and the power sector. I am from Coal
sir, please,
India, so
sir, please,
hello.
Sir, please go to full screen, sir. Please go to full screen presentation, sir. You can press F5. F5
Right.
you can press. We'll be able to see better, sir.
Okay, now it's full screen, I think. Hello.
It's lagging, sir. It will come. It's lagging.
Yes, sir.
It will take.
Okay, okay. You please tell me once it is visible to you on full screen. As we know, the mining plays important role, as I have stated, and because mining provides the necessary raw material to the industry and the power sector. In India, total 95 minerals are produced, 4 fuel-related, 10 metallic minerals, 23 non-metallic, 3 atomic minerals, and 55 minor minerals. Now, from where this demand is coming? The demand is coming from these minerals from infrastructure development and automotive industry. Okay. Also from power and cement industry, great demand is coming. And as we know, iron and steel are the indicators of progress of any country. And our country is a developing nation, so a lot of requirement from iron and industry, steel industry is coming. So all these sectors are driving the growth for mineral sector, and government is also very focused now, and government has allowed 100% FDI in through automatic route in mining and exploration of metal and non-metal ores. So this is broadly the point of view regarding mining in India. Now, India has achieved a number of things. India is the third largest producer of coal. In 2018 financial year, 688.8 million ton was coal was produced, which is third largest in the world. In last year, 2019-20, the production was 729.10 million ton. India ranks fourth in terms of iron ore production globally. In financial year 18, production of iron ore stood at 210 million tons. India has around 8% of world's deposit of iron ore. India became the world's second largest crude steel producer in 2018 by producing 106.5 million ton. So in steel, in iron ore, in coal, and also in bauxite, India has reached to great heights, and so India has already achieved a lot in the mining sector, and a lot of revenue is being generated through mineral sector, as we can see in this graph, in this bar diagram. The black ones are metallic, the earnings through metallic minerals in billion US dollars. In 2018-19, it was 8.23 billion US dollars earning through metallic minerals, and through non-metallic minerals, it was 1.2 billion US dollars. Okay, and from where this revenue is coming, this is shown in this pie chart. As you can see, the maximum is Odisha, 1.03 billion US dollars. Odisha is providing. 0.4 is Rajasthan. 0.32 is Chhattisgarh. So this is the contribution of different states. Now I am coming to coal, because as we know, coal is the most important and abundant fossil fuel in India, and it provides almost 55% of the country's energy demand, and the coal requirement of coal as a primary energy source has increased to 700% in last 40 years. So a lot of demand is there for coal. Hard coal deposits are found in 27 major coal fields in our country. I'll show the diagram, I'll show the map, and mostly the coal is provided in the south, central, and eastern part of the country. As you can see, there is a continuous growth. The CAGR was 4.19, the growth rate was 4.19 for the past 10-11 years. So we are on a growth path continuously. A lot of coal reserves are available. As you can see from this table, 319.02 billion ton geological reserves are available in our country, and 148.787 is the proved, comes under proved category. So this is the position of coal reserves in our country, and this is the map which shows the presence of coal deposits in our country, and there are a number of companies, holding companies, Coal India Limited, and 8 subsidiary companies are there, as you can see, which are marked in the map. And apart from this, Singareni Collieries Limited is also here. The coal deposits are located here, and Neyveli Lignite Corporation. So these are broadly the coal producing major companies. Now coming to mining infrastructure, it is a bit different from other infrastructures of other industries, because mining is a site specific industry. You have to mine the mineral at the site where it is available, whether it is coal or be it is ore, bauxite, iron ore, wherever the ore is or coal is present, you have to go to that place and mine it. So in this case, in the case of mining, the infrastructure gets developed afterwards when the mine operator first identifies the ore body, then locates the site where the mine is to be developed, and then builds the infrastructure needed to set up and operate the mine. So this is the procedure. So it is a bit different because in mining sector, you have to develop your own infrastructure mostly. Now, what type of mining infrastructures are there? We can divide it into two parts. First is the infrastructure needed to develop and operate the mine. Okay, and the second is infrastructure which is required to evacuate the mineral. So broadly, we can classify the infrastructure into two parts. One is which is required to develop and operate the mine. Second one is one which is required to evacuate the mineral. So infrastructure which are required to operate the mine are access to the mine site. First, you have to access that site. So first, access is required to the mine site for man and equipment. Then infrastructure required to operate the mine, which includes colony, which is required for housing of the people, and other requirements of the other social requirements like hospitals, like schools, like recreational facilities. All this infrastructure is developed. Okay, so this infrastructure is required to set up the mine. Power and telecommunication lines you require to operate a mine. You require water, availability of water for starting of a mine, because there are people who will run a mine. So all the things which are required for sustenance of people, those infrastructures need to be developed initially. Also, you have to develop infrastructure for the surrounding community, because ultimately you have to take help from the surrounding community to run your business. So infrastructure which is required to for the surrounding community also has to be developed. Once it is developed, the necessary infrastructure which is required to evacuate the ore. First, you have to produce the ore, and then you have to evacuate it through belt network, through road network, through railhead. So all these things you need to develop. You need to develop as infrastructure. Now, in this slide, I will explain a bit how a coal mine is developed. As we know, if there is coal demand, so the coal deposit is explored. Any area is explored for presence of coal deposits. Once the exploration study is completed, on the basis of those exploration findings, feasibility study report is prepared by CMPDI. Okay, the feasibility study report is prepared by CMPDI, and on the basis of that feasibility report, we shows that how much coal is available, what is the depth, what is the thickness, what is the grade of the coal. All these things come in the feasibility study. So if the coal is workable, if the deposit is sufficient to work, then planning and designing of that mine is done. The CMPDI also is involved in this. So CMPDI makes the mining plan of any mine in planning and designing work. Then the construction activity starts. Once the project report gets approved, the construction activity starts on the field. Okay. So you can say this is the stage from where the mining operation basically starts. Construction activity is the initial activity, then operation comes. And once the operation is completed, that means the ore body or the coal is exhausted or near to exhaustion, the closure activity starts 5 years prior to the closure of a mine. So the closure activities are start. For this, mine closure plans are prepared, and as per the mine closure plan, the activities are conducted, and these are accordingly the mine is closed. So this is the whole story regarding working in a mine. Now this slide also gives you a bit idea about working of a mine. There are two circles, as you can see. Outer one is environmental and social development circle, and inner one is mining infrastructure development and operation circle. So in the initial phases of this environmental and social development circle, the preparatory phase comes. In environment and social development circle, we will discuss about the environmental and social aspects of a mining industry. All these activities of environmental and social development are covered in this circle, you can say. This is just for your explanation. And in the mining circle, the core mining operation goes on. So in the environment and social development circle, first phase is preparatory phase. In the preparatory phase, you have to take environmental clearances, forest clearances, other land clearances. So all these statutory clearances, clearance for explosive, there are a number of clearances which are required to open a mine. So these statutory clearances are obtained. Then provision for access to the mine is made side by side. Okay, so these are parallel activities, and availability of water is established. The water availability, water is availed for the industry and for the people. Then provision for colony, school, medical facility, recreational facility, all these infrastructure which are required for working of manpower, because you have to involve the manpower for running an industry, and for manpower you have to provide the necessary social infrastructure like housing, schools and other things, as I have mentioned. So all these things are provided in the preparatory phase. Then comes the second phase, second part of the preparatory phase, which is also done side by side, which first one is greenery development, because this is the environmental circle. So greenery development is done in and around the infrastructure and colony. Development of green belt barriers, because as per plan, you know where your industry will run, where the air pollution, water pollution will come. So according to that, you will plan and provide the necessary green belt. Okay. Third is storage and preservation of topsoil, because initially there is there are some strata which lies above the coal seam. So first you have to remove that strata, and that comes as overburden. And above all this, the topsoil layer is there of 0.5 meter to 2 to 3 meter thickness, 30 centimeter to 2 to 3 meter thickness mostly. So this topsoil has to be removed and stored and preserved at some place so that you can utilize it afterwards. Okay. Also the necessary mine water treatment facilities and effluent treatment plants are constructed in the preparatory phase. Okay, all these things I am telling about environment and social development circle, how a mine is developed. Okay, now comes the operational phase. Means initial 3 to 4 years. After 3 to 4 years comes this operational phase, and in this operational phase, development of infrastructure facilities for education, health and community development for the surrounding community is done under CSR, because the surrounding community also has to sustain to help your industry. So for their sustenance, if the necessary facilities regarding education, health and community development are not there, you have to provide it through your corporate social responsibility funds. Next comes the other social requirements like provision of drinking water, provision of water for irrigation, because the nearby villagers need your water for their purposes, for their use, and also they need good potable water. So normally the drinking water is provided by the mining industry in most of the cases, and water for irrigation is also provided, because you get water when you mine a when you go for mining, because you penetrate through the water table. Okay, so there is continuous production of water, which is called mine water or mine effluent, and that mine water is provided to the surrounding community for their purposes. Also, provision of air and water pollution control facilities is made in this operational phase. So basically, now we come to mine infrastructure development and operation circle, the inner circle. In the inner circle, in the initial years, you have to develop a lot of infrastructure. As you can see in the slides, you have to develop road and rail network initially. Then you have to develop the necessary office infrastructure like office building, workshop, storerooms, and other office buildings. Also, you have to develop coal handling network like CHP, silo, coal siding, which is necessary for your evacuation of coal. Now, other coal evacuation network like belt conveyor, chain conveyor, these all things you have to develop in the initial years of your mining circuit. Then you have to provide the necessary energy sources like power substations, power transmission lines, diesel filling points, etc. Also, the processing units are also developed vis-a-vis, because if you are producing coal, washery will come. If you are producing some other mineral, the processing unit of that mineral will come in the initial years. And also other dependent industries like if you are producing coal of power grade quality, then power plants will come. If it is for metallurgy purpose, other metallurgical plants will develop. So in the initial years, all these infrastructure get developed around a mining project. Now, during the production period, the necessary mine equipment infrastructure is developed as per your mine plan. In this deployment of HEMMs like dumpers, dozers, shovels, scrapers, drills, drag lines, all these are heavy earth moving machinery, HEMMs. So these HEMMs are deployed in open cast. If you are running an underground mine, then coal cutting machine, continuous miners, side discharge loaders, LHD, these machines are, you have to deploy these machines. Okay, so necessary infrastructure you have to develop for these equipment. Also, provisions for handling of mine water is done during production period, because as I have stated that you will get water from the mine because you will penetrate the groundwater regime. So the mine water, for mine water you have to construct mine sumps, you have to provide pumping facility, you have to provide garland drain, cache drain, settling tanks, etc. for precipitated water, okay, for rainwater. So all this infrastructure is developed during the mining stage. Now, once the mining is getting completed and almost 3 to 5 years time span is left with the mine, the coal reserves or the ore reserves are going to exhaust. So in the last 3 years of the project life, you have to do the mine closure activities. In these mine closure activities, the major activities are strengthening of plantation area. The necessary plantation area will be strengthened, will be made proper. Internal and external dump areas will be shaped up properly. The water body, because when you mine, a water body is left, because once you start mining, you have to put your overburden at some place, which is external overburden. Then you will start backfilling, producing, excavating soil and mud from one area, rocks from one area, and putting it, backfilling it in some other part of the mine. But in the last stage of the mine, you don't have vacant spaces, because in that vacant space you are working already. So that area is left as a water body. So strengthening of that water body, which is called pit lakes, as water discharge, water recharge structure, because these structures have a great capacity of water recharge, groundwater recharge. So you have to strengthen those pit lakes. Development of final void pit lakes as a safe and community usable water body. You can convert this water body for recreational purpose. You can provide pisciculture in those water body. You can do a lot of things in the mine closure phase for that water body. Okay. Also, in the rest part of the mine, you can provide some things which are useful for the livelihood generation of the local people. You can develop garden on the backfield area. So in the mine closure phase is a very important phase in the life of a mine, because this area of this phase of a mine gives the final shape to the land on which a mine is working. So this is the most important phase of a mining operation. So ultimately, we are left with after mining in these type of infrastructure. One is short term, which is mine specific power transmission line, transformers, etc. Mine specific communication lines, local road network, office building, workshop, environmental infrastructure, coal handling infrastructure. Some infrastructure are long term infrastructure, road and rail network, power and communication network, water body and other water treatment facilities, dependent industries, processing units, social infrastructure like hospital, school, community centers, playgrounds, etc. Mining area transformed as areas IG schemes. So ultimately you are left with this type of infrastructure. Just a minute, I have to attend a very important call.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'll start with the case study of Kusmunda OC, right? So that a clear picture I can provide you. This is the location map of Kusmunda OC. And it is, as we know, it comes under Korba district of Chhattisgarh. And I'll discuss about this Korba coal field, because 4 major coal mines are there located in this area, Korba coal field. Evra, which is the highest producing in Asia. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you following, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Second is Deepka, third is Kusmunda, and fourth is Korba. So all these major coal mines are there in the Korba coal field. This is the picture of Kusmunda mine. As you can see, how the open cast mine works. There are different benches. These are drill machines, as you can say. See, these are dumpers, shovels. So this is a mine, Kusmunda mine. These are the geotechnical parameters. There are 5 seams are there, as you can see. I'll not explain these things, but just for your concept, I am giving this. These are the geotechnical parameters in which you can see the thickness of the coal seams. There are a number of seams, and the coal seam thickness is there. Overburden, the strata which lies above the coal seam is also there. So this way, the geological details are provided. These are the equipment configurations. In this open cast, departmental and outsourcing, both the ways we are working. So a number of equipment are there. There are shovels, dumpers, drills, dozers, and water sprinklers, cranes. Gradually, I'll show you all these things. So these are the necessary equipment for departmental working, and for contractual working, there are coal tippers, there are dumpers, surface miners, and front end loaders. Through these equipment, the mine is working. Surface miners are very good mining equipment, as it obviates the use of drilling, blasting. You don't have to drill, you don't have to blast, you don't have to crush the coal. So a lot of bad activities are eliminated, and it is a very good environment friendly equipment. And these are the dumpers, as you can see, 240 tonner dumpers. These by 2019, it was the biggest size dumpers as per available data. 240 tonner dumper. These are 42 cubic meter shovels, and these are surface miners, which are very good and environment friendly equipment. So there is a study regarding how much carbon emission is reduced. Because I am from environment, so I thought that this slide also should be shared with you. And as you can see, if you will go through the conventional method of coal mining, that means drilling, blasting, crushing, then suppose you will produce 100 cubic meter of pollution. Then if you will utilize this surface miner, 68% of the pollution will be reduced. So it eliminates 68% of the energy emission reduction if you use surface miners. These are the excavators which are used in underground mine. As you can see, these are continuous miners. For your concept, I have shown given this in slide. Now, so the equipment I have shown in the first instance. Now I'll show you the coal evacuation facilities, the coal evacuation infrastructure. In the coal evacuation infrastructure, as I have taken example of Korba coalfield, which involves Deepka, Gewra, Kusmunda, OC, major open cast. Almost these three mines are producing almost 125 million of coal in that area. So you can imagine what is the quantum of production in Korba coalfield. And coal evacuation facilities, mostly in-pit conveyors, merry-go-round system of transport. These are the systems which are being followed. So I'll show these the pictures. These are the conveyor covered conveyor belts. In-pit conveyors are provided. In the mine itself, the conveyors are there. The machine takes the coal and loads into the conveyors. Then conveyor takes the coal to the top of the mine, and from there it is processed and dispatched through the rail wagons. This is the process. This is the diagram for coal evacuation. So as you can see, this is the in-pit belt conveyor of Deepka expansion. All these pictures are from Deepka. These are the transfer houses, because from in-pit conveyor you have to transfer it to the other conveyors. These are silos. When once the coal reaches to the surface, there are silos and bunkers which gets filled with the coal, and they discharge the coal. These are the railway tracks. Here the wagon stands, and it gets coal from these silos. So as you can see, there are two silos of 2400 ton capacity in Gewra. In Kusmunda, 400 ton capacity, 4 silos are being constructed. So this is the MGR loop. All these things are related with coal evacuation network. As I have stated that silo, these rail, this is a these boxes will come under the silos. The coal will be filled. Then the coal will be dispatched through this merry-go-round system to the NTPC. The main user is the NTPC. There is no band. There is no sidelines in this, you can say, coal railway track, and it is a rounds loop, you can say. So it is called a merry-go-round loop system. Once the vehicle is filled with the coal, it goes to the NTPC, and then it comes back to the mine. So this is a merry-go-round loop, very beautifully designed in Korba coalfield. These are the covered conveyors, you can see. And also because quantum of coal production is going to further increase in Korba coalfield with almost 50 million ton. So two SPVs are working for developing rail corridor. One is in Korba and one is in Raigad. These special purpose vehicles have been constituted, and it will provide rail corridor in Korba coalfield and rail corridor in Raigad coalfield. So these are further strengthening. These will strengthen the coal evacuation network. Now comes the environmental infrastructure. As you can see, these are the environmental infrastructure which are to be developed in a mine. You can see these are the automatic water spraying arrangements. These are the mobile water spraying arrangements. All these things need to be provided in a mine. As you can see, these are the you can see droplets which will trap the coal dust particles. So mist spraying it is called. So mist sprinklers are also there. Continuous ambient air quality monitoring stations are also provided. You can see the rain guns. You can see the mist spraying further. These are the plantation pictures. As you can see, these are also infrastructure, green infrastructure, you can say, which are developed during the course of mining activities. Because you get a lot of water in mining, you have to provide infrastructure for its proper handling. So in this way, water coursing channels are provided. The mine water is utilized for drinking purpose through treatment. So these are the wastewater treatment plants. These are also necessary infrastructure which are related with mining. Mine sumps are there. Water coursing channel is there. You can see how the pitching is done, stone pitching is done. And these are the check dams so that the siltation is trapped. These are the gabion structures. These are the stabilized overburden dumps. As you can see, technical, physical and biological reclamation has been done in these overburden dumps. These are the sedimentation ponds. These are the environmental infrastructure which gets developed during course of mining activities. Mine water, as I have stated, is an important factor, and almost 68% mine water is being utilized in our areas. These are utilized for domestic purposes, industrial purposes, agricultural purposes. This slide shows the how they are using it for irrigation in different mines. You can see these drains are provided. The water is pumped from the mine, and these terminal points are there. The water is provided to the villages for agriculture irrigation. Also the water is provided to the villages where the water scarcity is there. The ponds are constructed and water is provided. You can see water supply. So this way the water is a very important outcome of mining, and it is properly handled and provided to the villagers for their benefits, and also it is utilized for industrial and domestic purposes in the industry. Now comes the social infrastructure development. This is a very important and significant point. Basically, there are 7 different areas have been identified where the necessary development has to be done. In education, you have to provide schools. For environment, you have to provide environmental activities like plantation and other things. Healthcare, hospitals, infrastructure, others means infrastructure which is required for community development like Panchayat Bhavan and this type of infrastructure. Infrastructure, roads, necessary roads are has to be provided. The bridges are to be provided. These things are to be provided under the social infrastructure development program. So these are some of the areas where the infrastructure is developed during mining activities. Some of the glimpses are there regarding CSR activities, as Swachh Vidyalaya Abhiyan has been conducted by SECL, and SECL has constructed 11,515 toilets across Chhattisgarh, MP and Odisha. In construction of livelihood college in Nipania, this activity 1.60 crores expenditure made by SECL. Financial assistance to Jan Swasthya Sahyog Ganiari. So this is regarding health. Harihar Chhattisgarh, as I have stated, plantation greenery development is done by SECL. In other areas, Yuva Swavalamban Yojana conducted by SECL, 178.61 lakh rupees expenditure was made for skill development of youth. Hostel building constructed and sports activity for the youth. Lighting arrangement from Nutan Chowk to Mopka. This is also a CSR activity. Ma Sharda Kanya Vidyapeeth. So this is also regarding education. This is regarding environment, forest. This is water management work for forest animals. Very good work. Marine Drive Road at Raigad. Ring road construction in the from Barbaspur to Godi. There are a number of road construction works have been conducted by SECL. So mostly these are the some glimpses about the infrastructure development done through CSR activities. There are a number of other activities also. Now, the mine closure related infrastructure, because once you close the mine, you will develop the mine as a reclamation site, as a you can develop it as a good example so that others will also follow. One of this example is Ananya Vatika. As you can see, these are the photographs. Beautiful garden has been developed in the reclaimed site of Rajnagar OC. These are some of the pictures. Pisciculture and water tourism developed in Vishrampur OC, as you can see. This is the pit lake, as I have stated, the last cut mine area which is filled with water, and this is being utilized for pisciculture. And this pisciculture is providing a lot of money to the surrounding villages because it is handed over to the village people, and this is a continuous source of income generation for the villagers. So these are some of the things. Solar panel is planned in the backfield areas, so this will also further provide necessary infrastructure for the area after the completion of mining activity. So ultimately, now if we want to categorize the mining infrastructure which gets developed, is one. First is short-term mine-specific power transmission lines, because in the mine power transmission lines you will lay the transformers, etc. These are short-term infrastructure. Mine-specific communication lines are short-term infrastructure. Local road network, short-term infrastructure. Office buildings, because these office buildings will remain if you will not dismantle those, and if the society has the need for these office buildings for their purposes, after closure of the mine, you can hand over these office buildings to the local community and they will utilize it. Workshops are there. Environmental infrastructure, as I have shown, is the short term, and the coal handling infrastructure, all those things like silo, like belt conveyor, everything which comes under the coal handling and coal evacuation infrastructure, those are short term, because once the mine life completes, once the mine activity ceases, all these things you have to dismantle and take away. So these are short term, and it will run up to the life of the mine. Long-term infrastructures are also there, which are very useful and which are the real outcome of a mining project and mining infrastructure. One first is road and rail network. The major road and rail network, as I have stated, that special purpose vehicle has been constituted and rail corridor is being made. So this type of infrastructure is permanent infrastructure and it will be utilized by the community, by the society after cessation of the mining activity. Also, power and communication, major power and communication network like substations, etc., may also be further utilized. Water body and other water treatment facilities, as I have stated, the pit lakes and the arrangements which are made after closure of the mine in the pit lakes, those water bodies will be very useful for recharge of the mine and for income generation of the local people. Other dependent industries will also remain if there are other mines. The processing units will remain if there are other mines in the surrounding areas. So this is also long-term infrastructure. Social infrastructure like hospital, school, community center, playgrounds, etc., which we have provided to the society are the long-term infrastructure, and they will be utilized by the society after cessation of the mining activities. Also, mining areas which are transformed as recreational centers, income generation schemes after mine closure, these are also long-term infrastructure. So ultimately, my conclusion is that in order to improve the mining infrastructure in India, road and railway need to be drastically improved. So as there are projects related with road, railway, ports, etc. in the pipeline, they should be completed as early as possible so that they will give further boost to the mining and mineral sector. The infrastructure requirement of the mining sector in the country need to be seen in the short term and long term perspective. Short term needs are very specific, as I have already explained. Long term, looking at the huge mining potential of the country as one of the few untapped resources of the world and the low level of mining activity currently underway, the focus needs to be on the setting up of institutional arrangement for facilities, infrastructural development. Social infrastructure also need to be improved. These are some of my conclusions. So the nation has to go with a long-term perspective, with the institutional setup, with the institutional perspective, and so that long-term infrastructures in mining sector can be developed, and it should be developed in untapped areas also, as I have stated in the conclusion, that there are a number of untapped resource areas. In those areas, the necessary infrastructure, long-term infrastructure need to be developed so that it will help the mineral sector and further growth of this mineral sector in our country. So this is all from my side, and now I am leaving you with this video of Ananya Vatika.
ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದೇ ಅಡಚಣೆ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅಡಚಣೆ ಬಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದು ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲದಿರ್ತಿದ್ದ ಏನ್ ನಡೆದಿತ್ತು ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಡಚಣೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದ ಹಾಂಗಲ್ಲ ನಾವೀಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಿ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಂದು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದಿರ್ತಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಹಿನ ಎಟ್ಟೆ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಏನ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕ ಬಂಟಿಲಿಗೆ ಬಾರ ಒಂದರ ತಕ ಇದ್ದಿ ಮತ್ತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂಡ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾರ್ತಿ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ಯದ ಅದ್ರ
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yes, so I have completed my presentation. If
Okay.
any questions, you can please ask.
Okay. So participants, there is any question, you can raise your hand.
Yes, Vivek, so you may continue.
That area, sir.
After blasting.
No, sir. After taking the mine out, how can you protect that area? That means for falling the people or animals.
Okay. Very nice question. Basically, the DGMS, Director General of Mine Safety, normally gives instructions to the mining people that those areas, the quarry area, need to be fenced all around. Okay, so that this will protect people from falling inside the mine. Also, there are garland trenches are there, which are very deep, almost 2 meters, 2 to 2.5 meter deep. So it is very difficult for persons to cross it or animals to cross it. Further strengthening it, we are fencing those areas.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, what is the production cost of the coal mines on an average, and what is the selling price of the coal in the national market?
Production and selling price.
Yes, sir. Per ton, you can say.
Actually, it varies from mine to mine.
On an average, sir. On an average.
No, we cannot make it average. We can say it mine is specific because the price depends on the grade, na?
Yes, sir.
And the cost of mining depends on geo-mining conditions. If the coal is present at a very great depth, the money involved in extraction is more. So
what percentage goes into the extraction? So what maximum percentage goes into extraction?
Normally what happens, a mine is planned with 12% of revenue generation. Okay, minimum 12%. So if you are going to a mining site, if you are having a mining resource and you want to exploit it, you want to make a mine, you want to plan it, your plan will be approved only when the net revenue generation is 12%. Okay, so suppose you are putting 1 rupee or 100 rupee, you should get 112 rupees in return. Unless this is there, you cannot run a mine.
And this is excluding the royalty which goes to state government, sir.
Yeah, everything. This is profit, clear-cut profit.
Clear profit. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I think it's over from my side.
So, later, sure. Again, is there anyone who want to ask anything from sir? Someone else? No, sir. Okay, sir. So we are closing the question and answer session.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for introducing a totally new topic to us. The session was quite helpful in adding a new dimension to our knowledge, and I wish it will help us in a long run as a technocrat. Thank you so much, sir, for the factual and illuminating talk. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Thank you very much.